Hello there, everybody. Spot92 Nightmare, and I had a hell of a time trying to find this. So, interestingly enough, the website that I was using, for some reason, did not have episode 19 of Assassination Classroom. I am not entirely sure why it wasn't available. I kind of let it set there for... Actually, for right now, it is actually probably still loading if I go click off there. However, you're going to be able to see that. So let's not do that. Anyway, how do I describe what happened last week? So, a bit of a confusion here. Can you really blame me for thinking that the principal probably had something to do with what just happened to the students, where a good portion of them got poisoned and all that? I'm sorry, with the order of events that happened where he said that they're on summer vacation, so something had to be done, the principal might have been behind that. I am sorry. But that's just how my mind works sometimes. It tends to have a bit of a correlation. When you see one event, it usually adds into the next event. So that's my reasoning as to why I suspected the principal had something to do with this. There we go. So, they're on an island where they were going to attempt probably their best assassination attempt that they've done so far, really showing how far that they've come. However, revealed that Kororo-sensei has an ultimate defense form. However, it's got too much of a drawback where he can't move for, I think it was 24 hours, which that sucks. However, the failed assassination attempt really demoralized the students, which is unfortunate. But it really should be a benchmark for them to use that as, you know, their attempt to show that they've come this far to where Kororo-sensei had to resort to using an ultimate defense form that he has not revealed whatsoever. So they should take pride in what they were able to accomplish in that regard. It's just kind of unfortunate that I can kind of understand why they're demoralized. However, there is some jackass who thought it would be a good idea to poison a bunch of students and is now demanding ransom for the antidote. So here's my hope that the students beat the ever-loving shit out of him, get the antidote, and then we should be good. However, we gotta figure out who the hell this bastard is that decided, oh, I'm going to poison the students. just to get Kororo-sensei. Fuck, I don't know. Whoever this guy is, I want him to be beaten within an inch of his life for touching those kids. Anyway, with my thoughts gathered on that, so they've officially begun their infiltration of the hotel of sorts, showing off their ability to climb and scale a very high mountainous wall, really showing off their skill that they've accumulated from all of the work that they've been doing, as well as all the training that they've been doing through physical education and all that shit. Okay, that previous episode, and it looks like I'm guessing that not only this episode, but maybe the next two episodes are going to be showing the culmination of what has been built up throughout this entire first season. Rather than what I thought would happen, we're actually seeing like the fruits of their labors finally kind of taking place in a much more different way. Rather than trying to kill Kororo-sensei, trying to save their fellow students instead. I mean, obviously there's like two different types of fruits of labor that we're going to be wanting to see. Not only how effective they are as assassins, but also, as much as I don't want it to happen, inevitably, when and if they kill Kororo-sensei. So, this episode, very interesting. What I do feel is a slight letdown was, last week we were teased about like these three specific assassins, before also getting that story about the Reaper, who are apparently like the most dangerous of the assassins and all that shit. However, the gas boy went down, or Smog, went down a bit too quickly, and he got beat down by a weakened Karasuma. If Karasuma was at full power, he wouldn't have survived at all. I guarantee that kick would have dislocated his neck and his head entirely from his shoulders. And if he went down that quickly to Karasuma, I'm not really expecting all that much from this grip guy. I also learned the meaning of the meme about putting a gun in soup, so there's also that now. I apparently learned where that meme came from. I learned something new today. So right now, I'm guessing the next episode it's going to be focused on Karma versus Grip, who has a bit of a thing going on here, and he's not Japanese. Wants to sound like a samurai, apparently, making sure that he is indeed a weebish boy. That, or he wants to follow the path of Bushido. I fucking don't know at this point, but hopefully we're going to see Karma's development finally take place and show, basically having him show off in a much more positive way, where we're actually seeing his growth. Hopefully that's what we're going to be seeing. Oh boy. However, after Grip, that leaves the gunman, and then there's going to be the big boss. So I'm assuming that the next episode is going... Here's my prediction. The next episode is going to be focused heavily on Karma versus Grip, and we're going to see little snippets of the students moving further and further up, and as they encounter the gunman, we get the finishing of Karma versus Grip. And then the next episode, episode 21, will be focusing on the battle with the gunman, while episode 22 is the finishing of the big boss and saving the students, and thus ending the first season. Those are my predictions for this. So, I say let's go find out. I'm gonna go hop into episode 20, and I will see you guys there. Hello there, everybody, and now we are on to episode 20 of Assassination Classroom. So, slight recap. Last episode, they've made it to the hotel, scaled the wall. Irina got to show off, which I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Irina got to show off her actual skill as a professional, which I'm totally for. We finally got to see her actually putting in the effort to help everybody out, and not just be a comic relief character, which I'm grateful for that. We actually got to see her do something really important and flaunt her ability, which is great. Anyway, we have encountered one of the quote-unquote big three of, like, the top-level assassins, Smog, the Poison Man, who got taken down by a weakened Karasuma, so it's clear that his way of killing people is having little to no physical ability and just hoping that his poison actually takes down his target, really going to show that he's definitely the weakest of the three. And as they continue to move their way up and up the tower of sorts, we come across Grip. Somebody who seems a bit more intimidating in terms of, well, threat. Apparently he's a very handy man, you could say. Very good with his hands. And now we're going to be seeing what is going to be, I hope, to be an interesting battle of sorts between Grip and Karma. My predictions still remain as they are. My thoughts being this episode is going to be focusing on Grip versus Karma, with little bits of the students moving forward spliced in as well as they move up and encounter the gunman. So, let's see if my prediction is right, shall we? Okay, so, summarizing this episode, Karma was able to take care of Grip quite effectively, and torture him in the meantime with wasabi and mustard up his nose, among other objects that he had tortured him with. That was absolutely horrifying, needless to say. I'm glad that Karma's on their side, because I don't think I would ever want to have him as an enemy. I would never... If I'd ever lose to him at the end of the tunnel, I would be a completely traumatized individual. I would not be the same man that I am right now. Ugh. So, how the hell do I describe what else there was? Let's see, cross-dressing Nagisa. That was something that I didn't expect to see out of this. I mean, to be fair, at the beginning, I did have like a little bit... Is that a boy or a girl? I did get trapped again, so there was that. And then they decided to do that as a bit of a comical skit there. Sure, why the hell not? Sure, I guess that's fine. Ironically, because of that situation, they got one of the spoiled kids to kind of seemingly change his perspective and how he just did things. That was surprisingly wholesome. That was actually really nice. I actually really liked that. On top of that, seeing Terasaka bring fucking stun guns. I'm sorry, those aren't stun guns, those are stun sticks. But Seeing how well that turned out, I'm baffled, impressed as well, to be fair, that Terasaka was able to do that, as well as reincorporation from the money that he had gotten from just a few weeks back. That was really good reincorporation. Really well done, story. Good job, Assassination Classroom. And now we got the gun boy. I don't know how to feel about him. He keeps putting his gun in his mouth like it's a goddamn pacifier, and I just... Like, dude, you're gonna... I don't care how fucking skilled you are. One wrong slip and you're gonna blow your goddamn brains out, my dude. That is not how you hold a gun, my man. Oh, God. What a goddamn weirdo. And then we got something that kind of put me on a little bit of edge here. First off, Karasuma seemingly recognizing the two bodyguards before the gunman, and Koro Sensei seemingly somehow knowing that there were guns beneath the vests. And now we have ourselves a bit of a dilemma. Right now, two of the students have actual killing weapons. Not things that are loaded with special bullets or anything like that. We're talking actual guns. And of course, the guns are given to the people that we are already led to understand that they are incredibly skilled with firearms. But now they have actual guns. And Koro-sensei did put in the rule absolutely no killing. So I'm assuming that those must be decided as a last resort or a self-defense mechanism here. But no killing. It really just gives me like this bad vibe that maybe Koro-sensei is aware of this. That, or we are just playing into the fact that, well, they're bodyguards. It would make sense for them to have guns on them. I don't know. Part of me wants to believe that that's the case. But I'm getting a little hung up here on, Karasuma's reaction to seeing the two guards. I don't know. However, it looks like next week we're going to be wrapping up Season 1 of Assassination Classroom. I'm surprised we managed to get this far so quickly. Weeks seem to go by much faster lately, haven't they? Anyway, I'm semi-looking forward to seeing how this battle with this gunman is going to be. I imagine it's going to be as equally as weird, slightly as badass maybe, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit tipsing much more toward the weird side. Ugh. I don't know, it's just gonna be fucking weird. I just guarantee it's gonna be really goddamn weird with that guy. But anyway, that was this week, and next week we're going to be finishing Season 1 of Assassination Classroom. So if you all like this, be sure to let me know. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see all of you guys